All right, I just wanted to give you a little bit of help with your code creations of the week to make your character. So I made this character over here. His name is Super Seagull. You can see it looks just like me. And I want to make him fly around the screen using my up, down, left, right character arrows. How could I do that? Well, what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to make two variables first. So the first thing you need is an x and a y variable. So I'm going to say this, let x and let y. You can call them x position, y position, really makes no difference, but I think for simplicity, we'll just call it let x and let y. So we're going to declare two variables. Now remember, whenever you make a variable, you want to initialize them, and we're going to initialize them both to 0, okay? Y equals 0. Got it? So same things, we declare two variables, an x, so we can move it left, right, and a y variable, so we can move it up and down. Now the next thing we have to do is use it, all right? And I'm just going to use it for the head first, and then we'll do it for the rest of them so you can see. So I'm going to do x plus for the x position, and y plus for the y position, all right? So we're just going to do it, that's his face, Super Seagull's face. We're just doing it for the face right now, and then I'll show you the rest of it. And then the last thing to do, of course, is to increment it, right? So this is where we're going to put our if statements for the 4 different directions. Now, it's pretty simple. We're going to do the first one and then basically copy and paste the rest. So I'm going to say if key is pressed, that's always the same, right? Because I'm doing key presses here. Curly braces. Oops, put that there. Okay. Now inside of that, I'm going to do the right arrow key. So if the key is equal to arrow right, capital A, capital R. All right. Well, then I want to take x and I want to make it x plus 1. So I'm just going to make the x position move to the right. So now press play, click on the thing. You can see now the head goes to the left, right? Now here's the deal. We want to do this for all 4 directions. So basically all we have to do is copy and paste this 4 times, right? That's not going to change much. So I'm going to do it again. This time I'm going to do arrow left, right? Here we go, arrow left. And instead of adding one, I'll subtract one. So now I can go right or left. The head can go in those 2 directions. Let's copy and paste it again. This time we'll do it for arrow up. So check it out, arrow up. And this time to make it go arrow up, instead of x, I'm going to increment the y variable, right? The y is what controls up and down. To do up, you got to do -1. So now I can press the up arrow. Oop, click. There we go. And then finally we can do arrow down. Oop, let's put it right here. So you just need these 4 if statements. These really don't change much. You just have to update them so like, which variable names you're using. But this stays very consistent. So now he can go up. So if I make my person fly, I can go up, down, left, or right. So press play. There we go. Right, left. Something's not working with my up and down keys. Hold on. We can debug this yellow. Oh, it's arrow down. That's why. Duh, you gotta update it. So up, right, left, down. All right. So the thing is, I want the rest of his body to fly with him. So it's pretty simple. This is what we've done with animations. We just have to add the x and y variable in for everything. So like this first thing's a triangle, right? So I'm gonna do x plus over here, and then y plus over here. Now, hopefully you're seeing that I'm making a mistake. I'm doing this very intentionally, but watch what happens when I try it now. You see that just part, like only one point is moving? I want all the points to move. I hat now. So what we have to do is add the x and y to all 3 xy coordinates, right? It's a little different than an ellipse because a triangle has 3 xy coordinates. So I'm going to do x plus 150, y plus 350, x plus y plus, right? Because it goes xy, xy, xy. Okay? Same thing for these lines, right? So now if you press play, you'll see that I got the triangle and I got the head moving. But we want to get everything else, right? So let's just do that real quickly. So it's x plus y plus, and then a line has it twice. So x plus y plus. You might be saying like, this is so much work, but it's really just adding x's and y's everywhere. But your code, besides the actual like thing, your character will just go in the same exact thing where create 2 variables, initialize them to 0. Here are the 4 if statements. Those don't really change. And then make sure that there's an x and a y for all the x and y coordinates on all your shapes. And then this is going to take another second. X plus y plus x plus y plus x plus y plus x plus y plus. All right, let's see if I did this right. So let's see. Super seagulls flying through the air. And that's it. So obviously your character has to be different, but everything else is exactly the same. Declare two variables, initialize them to 0, write your 4 if statements. These are exactly the same. You could like copy these word for word, and then put your x and y coordinates where you need them to be. And then you could fly off into the night. Bye.